Welcome to the Pageantry PodCast.
And today's very special Pageantry Podcast guest, calling you home from Sweet Home, Alabama, your Miss America's Outstanding Teen 2018, Jessica Baeder. Jessica, thank you for calling in and visiting with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
You know, it's so exciting to be able to speak with you, being as you had your national event down here in our hometown of Orlando, Florida.
Yes.
How was that experience for you?
It was amazing. That whole week in Orlando was just full of fun, but also a little stressful, but that's why me and the other contestants got so close, and those are definitely friendships that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life.
What memory still stands out as you were standing there center stage awaiting the announcement for Miss America's Outstanding Teen?
Oh, goodness. Wow. I don't remember much from that moment because there was a lot of emotions and chaos, but I was standing there with Miss Georgia's Outstanding Teen. She was actually the first MAOTeen pageant sister that I met in the organization. So it was pretty crazy to have my first friend in the system and going to nationals with her, and then it being us two standing there in the end.
You've got a long year ahead of you. You've now joined the MAOTeen Sisterhood. What are you looking most forward to?
I'm really looking forward to raising more awareness for the organization and what it does for young women across the country. It opens up so many scholarship opportunities, and it's also a personal development program that I don't think a lot of people understand. It helps young girls develop their public speaking skills and their talents and their passions, and it gets them involved in community service. So I'm excited to do that, and I'm also excited to take my platform to the national level and work with national organizations to end hunger in the country.
And you actually entered pageantry at a later age than many have. What interested you most in beginning to compete in Miss America's Outstanding Teen?
I started doing pageants actually when I was 15, so that is a lot later than most girls get started. I was at a Miss North Carolina 75th anniversary pageant, and that's the first time I saw the Outstanding Teen program. I didn't know what it was or that it even existed for that matter, but I started researching it more and understood what it stood for and the things that it promotes, and I really fell in love with it. And so I've been competing in only the system for the past 3 years because I love what it promotes for young women.
And of course, each year got you closer to capturing the state crown.
It did, yeah.
And you mentioned talent a little bit before, and of course your talent was jazz on point. How long have you been training?
I've been dancing, basically growing up in a dance studio since I was about 3 years old, and then I started doing pointe when I was 10 years old. And our studio is very classically trained, so we focus on ballet, but we also incorporate jazz and modern contemporary hip-hop. So those are all styles that I love to do. And so for my talent, I decided to combine some of those things and combine ballet with jazz to make one of my favorite dances that I've ever got to perform.
And this next question is very close to my heart. You're also a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Yes, I am.
So you're 1 degree higher than me. Do you still practice? Do you still train in Taekwondo?
Yeah, actually, my dad owns a Taekwondo school, so I've been running around on the karate mat since I could walk. It's definitely been like my home, and I got my first degree black belt when I was 7 and my second degree when I was 9 years old. And since then, I've been training and teaching younger kids the importance of martial arts and how it emphasizes self-control and discipline along with defending yourself.
And I got my black belt the same day as my 2 younger sons. So I'm not going to tell you how old I was when I got mine, but I will tell everybody it was the most exhilarating but sometimes painful day of my life. But again, the most exhilarating and most rewarding, and it's something that none of us will ever forget. So I commend you on continuing along those lines as well.
Thank you so much.
Between capturing the state and now the national titles at Miss America's Outstanding Teen, how much have you earned in scholarship awards?
My state that I come from, Alabama, they are amazing in scholarship. Just from winning my state title, I received full tuition scholarships to about 6 different colleges in the state of Alabama. So that already opened up so many doors for me to pursue my education. And then at the national level, I earned around $32,000 to $35,000 in scholarship prizes. And so there's some crazy big number of $1.1 million if you add up all the in-kind and all the cash scholarships that I got. But overall, this organization has definitely helped my future and my education. It's opened up so many doors that I could attend college.
And like your big sister, Miss America, it is scholarship-based.
Mm-hmm.
And you were additionally recognized at the pageant for your community service. And this is the Teens in Action Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Teens in Action Award is similar to the Community Service Award and the Quality of Life Award they give out in Miss America. And specifically in Teens in Action, it's promoting young girls getting involved in their communities and taking a stance on what's important to them and doing something about it. So my platform is Healthy Food for All, and it started out as an educational program about food and nutrition and health and wellness, and I was going around to different elementary schools and middle schools and teaching kids on how to eat healthy and how to exercise and how they can do that in today's society. But the more work that I was doing with that, I realized that there's a big problem of food insecurity, especially in my state. And so I started working on the policy level and on the ground level of getting children in the state of Alabama and now across the country more access to healthy food so they can make the right choices.
And this is your personal platform, Healthy Food for All, we're speaking about, yes?
Yes, that's it.
Excellent. And you're extremely scholastically recognized and are included in some very impressive honor society, one being math.
I am very interested in going into a STEM field, and math has definitely been one of my favorite subjects in school. And I don't know, there's something about like trying to figure out problems that's always interested me, and I think that's also why I'm interested in the medical field and the engineering field. And I'm specifically interested in biomedical engineering and creating prosthetics and how to implement those into people who need them through orthopedic surgery, and also making them accessible and affordable for many people in this country. And so I'm hoping that through my education and now through the scholarships provided from this organization that I can pursue that degree through college.
I know that you have dreams of becoming an orthopedic surgeon. What got you interested in that particular field?
I think growing up as a dancer, I've always been interested in how the body moves and how it works and how we can fix it. And I'm also, with whatever career I end up going into, I know that I want to make a difference in people's lives. And the medical field is one where you can immediately see the difference that you're making in someone's life. Someone goes into surgery and comes out a completely different person, and I want to be someone who's involved in that process.
And as a senior in high school, obviously with all the scholarship, in-kind services, it's time to start making decisions on your secondary education. Is there a particular school that you're looking at right now?
I'm kind of keeping my options open. I grew up in a college town, so I've been around that atmosphere and kind of know what it feels like. So I live in Auburn, so I'm definitely considering Auburn, but there's also schools around the country that I'm going to apply to, and with the scholarship money, I'll have more opportunities there.
And you're from a military family, as I understand. You've also considered the military academies.
Yes, I am. My dad was in the Army, so I'm applying to West Point also. I'm definitely considering that as not only my college, but as a career also, and obtaining my biomedical engineering degree and then pursuing that through the military.
As Miss America's Outstanding Teen, you enjoyed the opportunity to attend the Miss America pageant in Atlantic City. What was that experience like?
That was amazing. One of my favorite parts was getting to be a part of the historical Show Us Your Shoes parade, which was super fun, all up and down the boardwalk, and to see that whole community come out to support these girls for competing for the job of a lifetime was really amazing. And also I got to do a lot of community service while I was there. We worked at a food bank, me and the other teen contestants who could make it up to Atlantic City. We went to a food bank and we packaged 300 bags of food that they were going to give to people living in motels who otherwise might not be able to afford groceries. And so it was really awesome to have all of my sisters helping me with my personal platform and their shared support throughout the year.
And unfortunately, this is my first time in history. I did not make it. I was stuck here in Orlando due to Hurricane Irma. So I hope you enjoyed it as well as I normally did. And I'm looking forward to heading back next year. And I know the Miss America's Outstanding Teen contestants and the state representatives, they also normally during that time do the Miracle Mile March for Money. Did y'all do that this year?
We did not this year.
Well, let's talk about your homecoming in Alabama. It was Sweet Home Alabama.
It was coming back to Sweet Home Alabama. It was so fun. It was crazy to be in an auditorium with so many friends and family there to support me and congratulate me. And it was really very special and surreal to see that many people in there that have helped me along this journey. It's been 3 years to get where I am, and there's been so many people who have been a part of it. I say that it takes a village, and I just happened to find the perfect little village, and they were all there on Sunday, and it was really a beautiful program. Many people danced and sang and performed their talents and spoke, and it was great. And there was a reception afterwards with a lot of food that was catered by local restaurants in the city, so that was really awesome to see.
And growing up in a college town, you're Miss America's Outstanding Teen. How has the community, especially your high school peers, reacted to the news of you capturing this illustrious title?
Yeah, I think it's kind of raised more awareness for it. In Auburn, pageants aren't as big. Kind of in Birmingham, they're a bigger thing. But a lot of people are kind of asking, like, what is this? What is Miss America's Outstanding Teen all about? And I love getting asked that because I get to explain what it is about and what it emphasizes, and hopefully bring more young women into this organization.
When we hopefully speak at the end of the year, and we go back in retrospect and revisit some of these questions, what do you hope to have accomplished as Miss America's Outstanding Teen?
I hope that when everything is over and I've finished my year, that more young women across this country will know that they have a voice. And that's another message along my platform that I want to spread, is that everyone has a voice. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can make a difference. You can find what you're passionate about, whether it's in your community or in the country or this world, and you can take a stand on it and make a difference by using your voice and saying what you believe and why you believe it and why things should change.
And of course, as I mentioned before and we spoke about, you became interested in pageants at a relatively, let's say, later age of 15 years old.
Yeah.
And you have all these young ladies who look up to you across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Why should they become interested in this same program?
I think this program it's a great program for anyone who competes in it, whether you win a title or not. You're developing, like I said, in your public speaking skills and your talents and your passions and the things that you care about, and you're still able to make a difference. And it doesn't matter how far you come in this program. My first year competing, I didn't walk away with any awards or any top whatever placement, but I came back with a bigger understanding of what this organization is about, and it's not about the shiny crown or the sash. It's about young women making a difference.
Is there anything that you would like to add, or anyone that you would like to recognize?
Yeah, I'd love to recognize all my friends and family, my mom, my dad, my siblings, who have really been there with me through everything on this crazy journey, because it has only been 3 years, but it's been a wild 3 years that has brought me here. And so I'm super excited and honored to be able to represent the 50 other girls who competed with me in Orlando, and to hopefully share what this organization is about and bring more girls into it.
Is there anything that you would like to address that possibly I did not touch upon?
Being Miss America's Outstanding Teen, I have the honor of being the National Teen Ambassador for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And this is something that's very close to my heart because I was a CMNH kid. Between the ages of 6 and 10, I was treated at Children's of Alabama for a kidney malfunction. And I was back and forth between my house and the hospital for checkups and tests, and I went through an 8-hour-long surgery. So this is something that I've dealt with and I have been through, and so I'm really excited for this year to go into these hospitals and talk to these kids and talk about being a kid and ask them their favorite color and do arts and crafts with them and give them their childhood back, because it's really easy to lose your childhood when you're in an environment where there's adults doing tests and surgeries, and that's kind of what you're thinking about all day. And I'm excited to go into these hospitals and just be a princess with these kids and just talk to them and bring them more happiness.
Excellent. And today's Pageantry Podcast guest, Miss America's Outstanding Teen 2018, Jessica Baeder. Jessica, I truly appreciate your time today, and all of us here at Pageantry wish you a successful year of service.
Thank you so much.